Hey guys, so today we are going to be making a lentil soup. So hold on one second, sorry. Let me just make sure that I have this on. Okay, so today we're making a lentil soup. This is an Algerian lentil soup. I was in the middle of cleaning my kitchen, so I am in a different section right now, but I have this huge project going on. So this is what I'm doing. Don't mind anything if you see it in the background. I am literally in the middle of clearing out everything, cleaning everything. So I'm surrounded by stuff. Hi, Rally. Hello. Hi. It's so good to see you. We're making Algerian lentil soup, okay? And it's snowing here today. So, hello, Lazy. Hi. Oh, hi. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day at work. You guys, so this is a super easy and super delicious soup. You can also make this vegetarian, and you can also make it a little bit lighter. Thicker. So then you can just serve it over some rice if you want to. Hello, B squared. Hi. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. Like I said, you guys, different area of the kitchen. I am in the middle of, I did the whole pantry, then I have to go do all of the cake stuff. So I literally took everything out, and you already know that that's a project. Hello, Sammy. Hi, nothing but love. It's so good to see you guys. So this is going to be a lentil soup. We are using stew meat. We have lentils, so let's get started. I am going to be using this little heating element because I have no room over there, okay, you guys? Like, just, I'll show you guys pictures once I'm done with everything of like the pantry and everything if anybody's interested in seeing that. Hello, Cece, hi. Welcome in. Okay, so we're going to get started here. I'm just warming this up. Let me grab the oil. Actually, I'm just going to use regular oil. I also made some cake pops. They're just cooling before I can dip them. I am going to make bread and some salad, but I guess I'll just post those as a short. So just because that might take a minute. Okay, so we're going to start with about 2 tablespoons of canola oil. Okay, and then I've already cut up, you need 1 large onion. So I'm going to add that in. Okay. And you guys, I did post in the community section. Hello, hi. Hello, Candy. Hello, Gimpy, Romeo. I did post in the community everything that you need for this recipe. And we're also using a specialty North African spice. And if you can't find that spice, I did post how you can make your own. Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we've got our onion in here. Now I have 4 cloves of garlic that I've chopped up. Okay, and I am a garlic girly pop. Okay, so we've got our garlic in here. This is taking a little bit of a minute to get warm. Okay. Italians in the house. Yay. Okay, so we're just going to saute this. I'm just waiting for this to get hot. Let's just give it a minute. You guys, so if you haven't tried those bundt cakes that I posted, okay? Thank you. If you guys haven't tried those bundt cakes that I posted, I'm telling you right now, you're missing out. You are missing out. They are delicious, and I need you guys to try them. And you know what? I was looking through the website, so we still have raspberry to make, and we have the red velvet to make. I was looking through the website, and I saw that they have the Dubai chocolate one, and I have everything for it. So we're making the Dubai chocolate one too. Oh, it's sizzling now. Okay. You guys, like I said, so I took, this is a bag of our lentils. It's just the bag that you buy at the store. I don't remember the measurements on it. It's standard size. I've never seen it in a different size. Okay. So I take my lentils and I cover them in water and just let them sit. Okay. That way you don't have them soaking up all of your broth. So that's what I have here. Okay, so these are this is sizzling. I am happy to. And you guys, so today we're in the first week of March, so Ramadan ends on the 20th of March. So next week, we're gonna start making all of the pastries. We might even start this weekend. Hello, Princess. Hi. Hello, hello. I am going to be making a bread today. It's going to be a cream cheese bread. They are cream cheese dinner buns, you guys. Delicious. Also, you might like this, Rally. I'm going to be making the Japanese buns that have the custard filling. Those are my favorite. Thank you. You know what? I love yellow too. It's probably one of my favorite colors for a kitchen. And they do have these old school fridges that I really, really want. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so our onion is going. So this is a small little tiny amount of meat, but it'll make all the difference in the world, okay? And for this, you can go absolutely meatless. You don't need to put meat in it, or you can use lamb or beef. This is just our regular stew meat, okay? So this is just some beef that I'm throwing in. And you're gonna just want to brown this a little bit. Okay, so this is going. So while this is starting to brown, so I have cilantro. I took one large bunch of cilantro. You're gonna want to chop and use half of it here, and then for the other half, you're gonna want to use for garnish, okay? I do have a lot of cilantro because obviously you guys, if you've been here for a minute, you know I use cilantro a lot. So I'm going to just leave it just a little bit right here off on the side. I'm taking my cilantro and adding it right in. Love it. Me too, Candy. It's like one of my favorite things. Okay, I'll show y'all how it looks so far. So this is how it looks so far, okay? So like I said, you can have this as a soup, leave it super brothy, or you can add extra lentils to it. And if you add extra what's burning, Calvin? And if you add extra lentils to this, then you can make it more of like a sauce that you can serve over rice. Absolutely, I agree with that. Okay. So this is browning beautifully, okay? So the next thing that we're going to do is our spices. You're gonna need cilantro. Again, if you've been here for a minute, you already know Algerian, we use cinnamon. Did I say cilantro? Cinnamon, okay? So we put cinnamon in there. I'll wash that one. Dropped it in with the raw meat. Pepper. Obviously, use a little bit of crushed red if you want this spicier. This is ras el hanout, okay? And as you guys saw, there's turmeric, ginger, allspice, cloves, everything in here. So you already know that this is a soup that you're gonna wanna eat if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, and it will. Rally, honey, if anybody is just not behaving, feel free to block whomever. I would never care, okay? Like, I know who my people are, and we want this to be peaceful. So ras el hanout, if you can't find it, you might be able to find it at places like Whole Foods, or you can find it at where else? Some Arabic stores, obviously. Yes. So cloves, ginger, everything, turmeric, everything goes in here. So that's the spice mix that I posted for you guys. So please feel free to make your own if you can't find it. Okay, so you're gonna need about a tablespoon of that right in here. Okay, and you guys, if you're gonna be hanging out with me for a bit, we do use ras el hanout a lot, so that might be something that you want to make. You know, just make your own little spice mix, and yeah, I love them. They have the fridges. It's called Big, what is it? Big Freeze, I can't remember what it's called. They have the fridges, and then they also have the stoves. So it's pretty cute. Okay, so I'll show you. This already smells incredible. I forgot the salt. Let me grab the salt. You guys, I am so proud of my pantry, okay? Don't even get me started. I went through the pantry, I cleaned it up, it looks gorgeous. Okay, some salt. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to use a little bit of beef bouillon. راس الحانوت. Oh, okay. Ooh, this smells so good, y'all. You have to try it. And this is so easy to make, and you know exactly what's going in here. Let me turn on the water, get it to go very, very hot, because we are going to use that. So I'm going to use a little bit of this beef powder, this beef bouillon. You guys know I stand this brand. Hello, Minka. Hi. So we're using about a teaspoon of this. You don't need too much. You can use, let's just add a little more in there, depending on your preference, okay? And bay leaf. You need a bay leaf. I've seen recipes that'll tell you to use several bay leaves. Please don't do that. If you use too much bay leaf, your food will be bitter, okay? This is more than enough. All right, that's pretty hot. So I'm just filling up some water. So the way that I'm filling this, whenever I make soup, it's going to go up a little bit below the handles. Of course. Yeah, bay leaves will make your food very, very bitter. Okay. So we are pouring our hot water in here. And you guys remember that when you're using lentils, that they do soak up a lot of your broth. So be careful with how much you put in, depending on the kind of consistency that you want, okay? So, because we're having this as a soup, but I will add, I'm making it just a little bit thicker because the Hubs does like to have his over rice, okay? So I'm gonna give this a quick stir, and then we're gonna wait for this to come to a boil, okay? So the next thing you're gonna need is carrots, just using some regular carrots here. I've already peeled them. Just gonna cut these roughly. You're gonna wanna dice them. You can also cut them into rounds. As I said, y'all, if you have not made those buns, please make them. The strawberry one is so good. I think that's the one that Raleigh requested, the strawberries and cream. Delicious. The boys really, really liked the cookies and cream. The banana, if you like banana, you'll love the banana one. That's the one that I believe Brioche requested. That one is good. The Hubs really liked that one. But when I saw that they have one that's limited edition, what is it? Did I say? The Dubai chocolate, we have to make it. Hello, Brad. Hi. Welcome in. You guys, lentils are so good for you, okay? If you are a person who tends to get anemic, who is anemic, who has, you know, for us ladies, who has a little bit of a heavy cycle situation, please don't skip on your lentils. I did make a vegetarian lentil dish on here before with egg, lentils, and spinach. Again, that one is a great one, especially if you are a mom-to-be right after you have a baby. These are the kinds of things that you want to eat, okay? So we are putting the carrots in. And then you need 2 potatoes, just 2 small ones, okay? They don't need to be big. These just need to be like a hint. Low, I was just told I'm low on iron. Okay, perfect. Cece, so we made like a lentil with spinach and an over easy egg. That one is in the shorts. Is it in the shorts or the videos? It's a short video regardless. So if you want to check that out, or we have soup, okay? Obviously, if you want to make this thicker, if it's like super brothy, add a little bit of the quick barley to this. I wouldn't recommend using the regular barley unless you've had it soaking overnight for some time. Okay, perfect, Susie. So these are the kinds of things, you know. Also, if you can get your kids to eat this, my little sweetie, the baby, my little goat, he loves this stuff, okay? My oldest, not so much, okay? Let me wash these. But these are the kinds of things that we want to nourish them with. Lentils, beans, meat, okay? So I'm cutting these into halves. Each one, I'm cutting it in half, and then each half, we're cutting it into quarters for the love of everything, okay? And then we're just chopping them this small, okay? You guys, I'm also going to be making the shells for the burak, what we made the other day. I'll be making those shells just in case y'all have a hard time finding them. But the ones that we used last time, we can also use for pot stickers, you guys. So one of these days, we're probably gonna have to make some pot stickers because those can just be boiled. You just fill them and then boil them like you do ravioli. And then take them out, throw in a little bit of oil, a little bit of water, just a dash, okay, so that it steams and fries. Okay, so this one is going. Since those were pretty small chunks of meat, they're not going to take too long to cook, okay? I do too. They are bomb diggity for sure. Thank you. Squared. It's my pleasure. Hello. Hello, Mr. Chronicles. We're making lentil soup. Wants to believe those were green apples because they kind of resemble a green apple. You know what? Since we do have a little bit of time here. Okay. So because this has been cooking for a minute, depending on how big your meat is, okay? Depending on how big your meat is, once this comes to a boil, I am going to add this in, okay? And then you're going to want a tomato, a ripe tomato. Yes, it's really good. You're gonna want a ripe tomato. This is the only amount of acidity you're gonna need in this, okay? Cut it like this and just toss this in. That's the only amount of acidity we're going to need for this. Let me move the cilantro. This is the leftover cilantro. What is what? I like to use the brown ones. I feel like the orange ones mush up a little bit too quickly. So I usually stick to the brown lentils. You know what, since we're here, I might have to, let's see. Because the bread is going to take a minute. Let's see. I don't have enough outlets over here to make the bread. But I will post a bread that we will be using. Okay. Just wash this really quick. This was just veggies. You guys, I'll show you the cake pops. So these are our strawberry cake pops. okay? Because the kids are obsessed. And then, let me see how this is doing over here. We give this just a quick defrost. Not defrost. You guys, when you're making cake pops, okay, I know like we're kind of transferring. Hello, Wayuma, hello. You're about to drive home from the grocery store. Be back. Okay, drive safe. Drive safe. You know what? Let me get started on the rice too. What was I going to tell you? So when you're going to make cake pops, okay, and you're using, if you're using the little chocolate, let me see if I have any more chocolate melt. You guys, I'm looking over there because literally all of my cake stuff is over there as I'm going through it, okay? Okay, so if you're using chocolate melts, okay, wait, hold on. I think I have one that I can show you guys. I don't know if y'all have ever tried to use them and saw that they get super thick. Hello, from the Philippines, welcome in. And they feel super thick. It's because you need to add oil to it, okay? Let me see if I have, okay, I do. So just like if you use these, if you want to use your favorite chocolate, my favorite is the Ghirardelli. The Ghirardelli also has the baking chips, and they have they have like the candy melts, and they have regular chips, okay? If you're gonna use those, melt it and add about a teaspoon of oil to it. For these, you can also use coconut oil. I'm not a huge fan because you can really taste the coconut, okay? So this is a chocolate melt, all right? It's vanilla. I'm just gonna give this a good mix. Use a cup. It's the best way to do it. Right here, let us pray, okay? So take it, give it a quick dip. And then we are going to decorate these even further. I am making these because the boys want some, okay? And then just lay them flat to dry, okay? So usually if I make a lot of cake like I have been recently, so because we've been trying all of those beautiful bundt cake flavors, the little tappy tap. Since we've been trying all of those beautiful bundt cake flavors, I do have to use up some of the cake, okay? And you guys, it's like, what, $3.50 to buy a freaking cake pop at the store at Starbucks? Hard pass, okay? And okay, so you'll see that some of the best looking cake pops tend to look flat. They are flat because you can actually let them sit and rest on a flat surface. Where if you have to make them round, like the way that we've seen them mostly, it's more difficult to let them set, okay? You're gonna have to use like foam board and, you know, stick them, see? So these are strawberry. You guys, for the cakes that I made it so that you guys can make single portions, because I know a lot of people don't want to make a lot of cake, and I completely support that, because the more we make, the more we eat. We don't want to do that, right? We don't need a lot of cake, even though I could have cake all day, every day for every single meal. Like, please be serious. And you guys, I accidentally made, so I was making my regular, these little cereal bars, right? You have peanut butter cereal. Hello, Pets, hi. Hello, Chris, hello. I accidentally made Ferrero Rocher bars. And you guys, they are ridiculous. They are so good. I did film it, so I will post it. I didn't post it because when I was making them, this was going to be an, I forgot to put in the corn syrup, the light corn syrup. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me taste it and see what happens. Delicious, freaking delicious, okay? They are so good. It changed the texture. Usually they are chewier. So this time it literally feels like you are eating a Ferrero Rocher. because it's not chewy. It just has this really light, crisp flavor. It's just so good. Yeah, I'll have to show it to you guys. Let me show you. It's over there. Kids have been working on it. Because I also had to make some, what is it? Rice Krispies, but I have to use a different kind of marshmallow. I either have to make my own marshmallows or I buy the halal marshmallows that don't have the pork gelatin in them. So these will be ready for after dinner, which would be bomb diggity. So how is everybody? You guys, so there's an Algerian product. It's like super famous, right? And it is basically like Algeria's version of Nutella, but they also have a peanut butter and they have a hazelnut cream. When I tell you, this stuff is incredible. If you find it at your store, get it. Okay? That's what I made the those bars with. Incredible, you guys. Okay. Hello, Tiny. Hi. Just made your bread in my bread machine. It's bread. Yay, Tiny. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm guessing the sandwich bread is good stuff. I did post a while back a potato bread. That one was probably one of my favorites. Today I'm going to be making a cream cheese bread. So you guys, whenever you, so you'll see some recipes like that one, right? It'll say cream cheese bread or whatever. So whenever you use something sour, like sour cream, cream cheese, buttermilk, it helps activate the yeast a little bit further. So you basically get a much lighter bread. Okay, so it is just so good. Okay, so that's what we're making. So these ones are dipped. Okay, and you can see that they're pooling around, and that's okay. A way to avoid the pooling around, and I didn't have room in the freezer, is to freeze these before you dip them. Yay, how exciting. My mom got a bread machine too. She loves it. She loves it. It mixes everything and you can proof it in your bread machine. I think some of them even bake it. I don't remember if hers does. But so if you freeze your cake pops prior to dipping them, you won't have the pooling. But this is an easy fix because I'll just pick them up and just scrape off the sides and you can double dip them, but you don't have to, okay? So I'm gonna put these here. Because it was so cold, I just had like the window open because it's snowing outside and I just let them cool over there because again, I'm organizing everything. Okay, so this has come to a boil, you guys, okay? So now that it's come to a boil, we are going to take our lentils. So they soaked up all the water, which means that I don't have to worry about these going too far. Thank you. I don't have to worry about these going too far and, you know, sucking up all of the broth in my sauce. Perfect. So I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to give it a little stir. So this is brothy, but it is going to release the lentils are going to release a little bit of their texture in here, so it will get thicker. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to get the rice because the hubs wants rice. Because that man has to have rice. It's not dinner if there's no rice. So I'm just using this. Let me get my spots. Do you guys like rice pudding? It is. It is very comforting. Hardina lentils. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I've tried several different lentils, but these ones, the brown ones, have always been my favorite. Rice pudding. Okay. You know what? I think we might. I'm gonna keep some. So I'm not gonna put too much of a spice in it. I'm just gonna make this a white rice. You guys already know. Don't look at me sideways. You guys know what I do with my rice, okay? So if you were planning on looking at me sideways, look the other way. Is that enough? That's not. So I have some rice that I bought that is a little bit starchy, but we'll use this one today for our rice. Okay, so 2 cups. One. We got 4 to go in there. 2. So do you guys like the, okay, 2, 3. You know what? I'll make the other pot of rice on the other side because I want it to be extra starchy and I want this to have some more flavor. So for this one, so I'll make another pot of rice over there so that we can make some rice pudding. It was this one, Cece. It's a must. Cece, this is a must. You need to get this. I am obsessed. Look at how much we have left. Okay, wait, let me see. This was a 10-pound bag. I bought this beginning of Ramadan. It has been since the 17th, 18th of February. It's been like 2 weeks. This is where we're at. This is how much we've consumed. All of this. This is incredible. It's product of Pakistan. This one is extra long basmati rice. It is so good. So it almost has like an orzo texture, like not even pasta, like orzo is a pasta, obviously. But once it's cooked, it almost looks like a smaller orzo. It's got like that kind of flakiness to it. And it just falls perfectly. And it's long. Like you can distinguish every single piece of rice. Like it doesn't get mushy. This has been incredible. And I bought this by accident. I bought this randomly. That's the right word. I was at the Arabic store and I saw this and I'm like, ooh, extra long. That sounds interesting. And hello. Woo. Mel's woo. Okay. I saw this and the lady, I was like, oh, I've never seen this before. And she said, it's amazing. And that she said, whenever it comes in, she hoards it. She said, it's that good. So this is just in case you need to see exactly what it looks like. Scan for our amazing farmer store. There is a code back here. If anyone, I'll just leave it here just in case anybody, the watch crew wants the Q. What is the QRC code? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there for y'all. Okay, we've got that one. So that's cooking. This is happening. Okay, so let me spice this real quick because we're using a different rice for that one. We're using some cilantro. And you guys, if you are using an extra starchy basmati rice, yes. So that one is a basmati. Yeah, this one is an extra long basmati. Let me show you the other one. The other one is good too, okay? It's a little bit shorter though. This is the other one. This is the regular rice that I use, okay? Brown basmati is really delicious too. And then I'll show you my favorite jasmine, okay? And this is my favorite jasmine rice. This one. Okay, I'm glad you're home. Wyoma, have you tried the new rice that you just bought? Okay, so I'll tell you. So for Arabic type recipes, did I not turn this on? Nobody said anything. Y'all just let me just sit here with this not on. Nobody said anything. Not yet? Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, so if you are making something like a fried rice, and you need it to have kind of like more of like a rounded texture, but when I'm thinking of something like Benihana fried rice, right? Mr. Chronicles, now I did, thank you. So if you're thinking of something brown rice, something like an Asian inspired type of meal, use jasmine rice. If you want to make something Indian, something Middle Eastern, use basmati rice. If you are using something, if you're making like a soup, let me have another rice. This one is also bomb diggity, okay? This is the Royal Blend. It's a Tex-Mati, which is basically like the Mexican style rice mixed with basmati rice texture, okay? So that one you would use for a Spanish rice. So you can find a Tex-Mati, which, so I found that like the white rice from Uncle Ben's, bomb diggity for something like a Mexican rice. I almost wished you a happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it? Of course. Oh, Wyoma. I was like, are you a Pisces? What is that? Are we still in Pisces season? We are. Are we? Yes, we are. We're still in Pisces season. I mean, I wouldn't put it past you to be a Pisces. We're at hello. Welcome in. So this one has okay, there is another thing. So, you know, sometimes if you buy something like the black rice, right? Delicious, so good, but oh my God, you have to make sure that one, you have to wash it. You have to soak it. You're a Cancer. Oh, okay. I could see that too. That's the creativity part that comes in. So for that one, you have to wash it, you have to clean it, because God forbid you take some of that rice and put it in a soup. The entire thing will turn purple. Leo, stop it. Oh, you're a Leo rising. Okay. I was like, are you going to just tell us that you're all these different things? We're doing good things here. So another tip for your rice, okay? Add a little bit of oil to it, okay? Look at this, I'm almost done with the oil. We did a lot of frying. La-dee-dud, okay. And then, so we put cilantro in here. That's what I was saying, because we were with the cilantro. You're not lying anymore. You're probably doing this because you already broke your fast. Your fast would have been null and void had you been still fasting and telling all these lies. Oh, earlier, that's been a few hours. Were you just joking? You were joking. Let's just say you're joking. So for this one, if you have a rice that you feel is a bit starchy, add a little bit of lime to it. If you add a little bit of lime to it, it helps it not be so sticky. It won't stick together. It breaks down the starch. What is happening? Hello? Why were you throwing things?
I didn't want to make noisy.
Oh. You could have walked in with it on. Okay. So That's another tip. You're a jokester? Oh, okay, you're like God knows. Okay. Okay, so we are here. This is boiling. This is coming together. The rice is cooking. We are going to serve the rice over this. So once this comes to a boil, I'm going to cover it. Okay? So for this one, let me see. I'm going to add a little bit. What is it?
My shoes have water damage.
Water damage? Really?
Yeah, let me show you.
No, just do it from there so I can see. Oh no. I think I can fix that.
Okay.
Some salt. Okay, monkeys. Huh?
It smells like kebab.
Does it? No, we're making it this.
This?
This. Just so excited to play the cringe birthday song. Oh, okay. Santa What is it, Pumpkin? What is it? You can do it. Let me see you do it. You can do it. Just pull off the sides. Whoosh, whoosh. There you go. Pull it off. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. See, it happened. It happened. Once this comes to a boil, you're going to want to cover it. This is steaming in my face. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to make bread. I'm going to be in here the majority of the night figuring out the rest of my organization stuff. So, while I'm doing that, the bread is going to be proofing, and I will post that recipe for y'all. So you'll have the cream cheese dinner buns. We do have another bun coming up. It's going to be the Japanese custard bun. So it is a sweet bread with custard filled on the inside. Custard filling on the inside. Delicious. It's definitely one of my favorite desserts, like ever. Okay. Then next week, inshallah, we have all of our Eid prep. Okay, so our Eid desserts prep. So for that, for Algerian desserts, it's a lot of almonds, a lot of walnuts, a lot of semolina, honeys, things of that nature. That's what we're going to be making. So I'm hoping that y'all are nut people, because the majority of our desserts are nut based. Of course. So that's where we're at. And so I will post y'all the bread and that one, and then this. Oh, and then I'll show you guys how I make the pudding. I make a very easy pudding. We're all nuts. You're not lying. Do you feel a little touched sometimes? Ozzie, if I send you a recipe, could you? Of course. What is it that you want made? Okay, Wayoma. I figured. Girl, I figured. You know what? Let me tell y'all. When I first moved here to the Americas, I was shocked to hear that so many people had an allergy to nuts. I didn't even know what that was about. I'm like, how is everybody allergic to nuts? Is that weird? I'd never heard of a nut allergy before I moved to the Americas. But it makes sense, I think, like, because we're introduced to them so early on. And here it's like you're, advised not to give your babies nuts. But we have a dessert in Canada, and I would love to see if you can make it. It's called butter tart. Of course, are you kidding? Don't get me excited over a challenge. I would love to, excuse me. I would love to. Yes, I'll make it. I'll tell you, there are a couple of other things that I found. So that was weird to me that just about everybody had a nut allergy. I did have a couple of things that I was like, what on earth am I eating? When I was in Algeria, we didn't have anything like peanut butter. Peanut butter was different, okay? It was like, why is it so creamy? Like, this is weird, because the way we ate peanuts was roasted, and it comes in like the same way, comes in like a piece of newspaper, and it's roasted, right? Yeah. My mom would give my younger siblings. Yeah, Same. You know what? And this is the other thing is when we were very, very young, before I ever moved here, we had cafe au laits or a latte. That's what we, hello, welcome in. We would have espresso with milk, like before school. So that was like, you know, part of our breakfast. So when we came here and the doctor was like, oh, the kids are not supposed to be having coffee. We're like, what? Like, are you kidding? That's weird. That's very sus. You know what, Wyoma? I developed some. I do too. Nothing but love. I developed some allergies, like as I got older. I don't know why. I do have some dairy allergies, like where I actually get, like my throat gets swollen. But it depends on the brand. They said it could be an enzyme. So who knows? Another thing that I thought was weird were marshmallows. I was very creeped out by marshmallows. I was like very surprised by the concept. Cheetos was very strange. Sushi, because we eat a lot of fish in Algeria. It's like the Mediterranean is right there, but not raw fish. Unless it's this stuff called clovis, which is almost like it's a shellfish that you eat raw, almost like an oyster you would eat raw. But this one, they're like very tiny. You just go digging for them at the beach and you just... Wait, hold on. Who hasn't had coffee? Pets, why haven't you had coffee? It's better, but there are people. I think the food in the East is better. Like, there are people who can't have dairy in the US but can digest it. Yeah, Wyoma, that's what it seems to be. It seems to be some kind of an additive because I don't have it. I don't have this allergy with all milk. It depends on the brand. And I'm like, I don't, and they couldn't target exactly what it was that one had, the other one didn't. And they did say that it might have been such a small portion in one that it's not like disclosed on the list. So, princess, that's crazy. Yum. Double cream. Well, I bought double cream the other day. I have to look through that. So we are, like I said, we are going to be making, this is taking forever and 2 days to boil. We are going to be making the Dubai chocolate bundt, just so you guys have it, just in case you guys are pistachio girlies and boysies. Oh, let me show you the Nutella thing, the hazelnut, the Algerian one. This is what it looks like, you guys. If you find this, get it. Is it? Oh, you can see the little blip, blip, blip. I couldn't see it from this direction. Thank you, Chris. This stuff. They have a peanut butter, and this one is hazelnut cream, and then they also have chocolate hazelnut. You guys, I have never tried something this delish. This is so incredible. I have about this much left. Oh, maybe you can see it through. Oh no, that's not a, I thought that was an opening. I did not even notice that it was boiling. Let me see. Let me grab. Do I have the lid? Don't judge my confusion. Okay, hold on. Because again, we are in the middle of clearing things up, you guys. It's already looking incredible over here. If you don't have a lid with you, is this too big, too small? Let's risk it. Perfect. Just throw a plate on it. Okay, that's where we're at. This one is almost done. So you're going to want to cook these lentils for about 30 minutes, okay? Until they are tender. The longer you leave it just even in the pot to sit, it will thicken. Another thing, if you do want to use this as a sauce for your rice, what you can do is add a little bit of eggplant to it. Okay, if you are an eggplant girly pop, grilled chicken last night, and we're having leftovers today. Sahtan. I hope it's delish. I've never had Nutella until about 2 years ago. I went through like, oh my God. Yeah, so Nutella is something that we had in Algeria long before we moved here. The difference is the one that we have in Algeria comes from Italy, the Ferrero company, right? This one that we have here in America is from Canada. And you have to make sure that it's the one from Canada. There is a different brand that comes from Mexico. The one from Mexico, they use a different oil. I feel like Chris and I talked about this. I don't know if I am remembering correctly. This, I'm unlocking a memory. Anyway, the one that comes from Mexico has a different texture to it. I found that it doesn't behave as well in my baking because I do use Nutella sometimes for a buttercream. So there's that. But Nutella's always been part of my life, okay? Let me see what I got here. Okay, this is looking gorgeous. Okay, so for this one, you can, like I said, just serve it as is, right? You serve it just like it is, garnish it with, what is it? I can't have it in the house because, I can't have it in the house because we devour it. Oh yeah, you know, we have to get it from the Costco. Oh, let me show you guys the Nutella, the Ferrero bars, okay, that I made. Okay. This is what they look like. So usually, these ones will have, okay, these are cereal bars. So they're usually chewy and you can use something like peanut butter. These ones, I made them with this hazelnut cream, okay? If you don't have this hazelnut cream, you can use pistachio. You can also use peanut butter, okay? Or whatever nut butter you want to use. I did it. I've done this. I have it filmed. It's ready to go. And the thing is, I was making something else prior to this happening. And as I was baking it, I completely forgot to add the corn syrup to it. And I was like, this is going to be interesting. Let's see how it turns out. And so I tried this and it was so good, you guys. I was so impressed, okay? And like, I'll show you. So it's not chewy. This is how it breaks, okay? So just like that. So instead of using a peanut butter, you can use Nutella, okay? And then top it on the top with bittersweet chocolate since Nutella is sweeter than peanut butter. It is incredible. I swear to you, it tastes like a Ferrero Rocher in a bar. And this is Rice Krispie cereal, okay? Because on this day, I was making, obviously I can't eat this right now. I was making Rice Krispies, and these are the marshmallows that I have to use for Rice Krispies because they have beef gelatin, and you can see it says they're halal and everything. So I was making Rice Krispies, and I made those because I had extra rice cereal. So I took care of that, okay? And I'm going to post it for y'all. You guys have to try it and tell me what you think. I also got a pistachio butter. It's in the middle of my cake stuff. Hold on, because I think I might be able to show y'all. Okay. I might not be able to show y'all. I'll show you when I'm done. Because I have literally every single piece of cake stuff sitting right there. And I wish you guys knew what I meant by cake stuff. It's a hoard. It's really good, Wayama. It's really, really good. I feel like there was something else I wanted to show you guys. Let me see how we're doing with this. Okay. Our cake pops. So it's pretty hot in here because I have the heat on, but the cake pops, I just have to clean up the sides, obviously. Let me show you guys this one. It's really hot over there, so, but these are the cake pops. This is strawberry. Oh, that's another thing that I haven't told you guys. Okay, so when you see recipes for cake pops, you'll see them tell you to use a frosting, okay? I never use a frosting. I always just mash up my cake, my leftover cake, and I add a little bit of butter to it like I'm making a pie crust. That's the only thing I use. Oh, biscotti Cadbury egg. Oh, Biscoff Cadbury eggs. That's life-changing. Really? So I have Biscoff. I've been wanting to make a Biscoff recipe too. So I was thinking we could do Biscoff cheesecake. I've never seen a Biscoff Cadbury egg though. That's interesting. I feel that it's less sticky and it's less sweet because we already have so much sugar in the cake itself that I can't even imagine adding that much more frosting to it. And then you dip it in like a chocolate, it's just too much in my humble opinion. So I found that it works a lot better and it does hold better too. Okay, so this one is done and it's going to sit and it's going to marinate. That's what it looks like. Okay, so this is the brothy version right here. So this is completely done. Like I said, add some eggplant to this if you want to. Let me turn this off. And I'm just gonna let it sit here and rest. This one is getting cute over here. That's very hot. It's new. See, I don't know, that feels like it's a bit much for me. Pet. So this is happening. This is already, this is getting where it's supposed to get. I will grab the top for this. God, it's hot. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is. It is getting cute. Okay. Okay. So we are finitos here. I'm gonna cover it. You guys, whenever I'm making rice, if it has a little hole, like the pot has a little hole, I always just wet some water, wet a piece of napkin, and just cover that to ensure that it gets very, very, it doesn't have any kind of steam escaping, for the love of everything. Words. Also, I did, so I filmed something with the bars that I told you guys about, and I also filmed how to blanch almonds. Now, I don't know if y'all use blanched almonds or not, but there's a way to peel them and blanch them. We usually have to go through that process right before Eid, so that, yes, they are, right before Eid, before we start making all of our cakes and cookies and everything. So let me show y'all. I have just a little bit right here, and I toasted them. I blanched them. I blanched them, and I toasted them. That was a little. So this is what they look like. So I don't know if you guys are interested in doing this. They do have a completely different flavor profile when you do it this way. Especially if you're a person who likes to make biscotti. Or you can also make your own marzipan, you know, whatever. Hello, Effie Bug, hi. Did this turn off? Hold on. I'm gonna turn this off. So for me, whenever it starts, the water just gets a little bit low and it starts, I am making lentil soup. Okay, so I'll post that. And because I'm going to be using some blanched almonds for some of the recipes that we're gonna be making next week for Eid. I feel like there was something else I was gonna tell y'all. My brain is gone. Marzipan, whatever. We do have like a marzipan cookie that's like dipped in a glaze. This is real nice. This one is wonderful. Okay. Yeah, add a little bit of eggplant to it. Serve over some rice if you want to, or just eat it as is. Okay, so what time do we have? Oh, is it only 4:10? Wild. Okay, so that gives me plenty of time to, I'm going to make the bread, post it, Hopefully you guys will try some of these out and let me know what you think. Again, don't forget that if you can't find Ras El Hanout, Chris, believe me, you'll find Ras El Hanout in Canada. There's a huge Algerian population over there, girl. So look for it. But if you, oh, also, Chris, you will find this in Canada. Go to the Algerian stores. What is Eid? The Eid is the end of Ramadan. That's when we have a big old celebration. It's kind of like, so what we're going to do is like, you know, have everybody over. We're going to have cookies. We're going to have breakfast together because during Ramadan, we don't have breakfast together with anybody. So that's one thing that we usually do, where we have desserts. So it'll be like, so the one that we usually make are these crescent shaped cookies that are filled with almond and orange blossom water and cinnamon, and then they're covered in powdered sugar. So we have that. We have espresso and, you know, or a cafe au lait. We have baklava, or as we call it, baklawa. We have an array of things. So it's a day of celebration, and then we have lunch together. It's usually couscous with lamb. We do that, and then last year or the year before that, we did like a scavenger hunt for the kids, where they like ran around and found like all of these little Eid gifts, and like we kind of bury them around, you know, the yard, depending on, you know, the weather. So it's fun. The kids get new clothes and they get little presents, and usually if they go around and they say Eid Mubarak, which is like happy Eid, then people give them money. And like for us, like growing up, whenever we get money, we just like run down to the store, the corner store, and get little toys, and you know, you get balloons, you get candy, you know. So basically their Eid money is money that they can do whatever they want with. And yeah, it's usually something fun, you know, they can buy themselves something special. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. I don't know, I have great memories, and so it's like I want the kids to have these awesome memories, and hopefully they will go and spend their money on some fun stuff. And usually that does mean candy. Like you can't tell them they can't have candy. So that's what it is. And yeah, oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So Ras Al Hanout, I did post the the spice mix recipe in the post if y'all can't find it, but it does exist. You can find it at places like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Arabic stores. You'll find it in those areas. If you can't, that's the closest you'll come, the recipe that I posted on there. So hopefully you guys will give it a try. Maybe if you guys are, you know, around with me for a while, it might be something that maybe you want to make and just keep in your cabinet or whatever for a lot of the recipes that we make, because our stuffed squash also uses ras al hanout. Our harira, which is another kind of soup, it's a very popular soup. That one also uses ras al hanout. So it's a spice that we use often. Yeah, scavenger hunt is way fun. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm gonna go continue battling this that I have to battle, and hopefully get a good organization spot for all of my cookie stuff, because sometimes I can't find things and that's upsetting. Biryani rice mix on Amazon. Oh, okay. Effie Bug. Let me know what you think. It's real good. And yeah, they have all the instructions on that paper. So, but you guys know how to find me if you have any questions. We will obviously be doing some more cooking. I will post, we still have the raspberry, the red velvet, and now I have added the Dubai chocolate bund. So thank you guys so much, and hopefully give these a try. Let me know what you think. I love you. And have a good night. Happy Friday and happy weekend.